Ellen DeGeneres has gone from a favorite TV interviewer to one of the most secret celebrities. Her lies are catching up to her, and the public wants to know what Ellen has been doing behind closed doors. From interviewing the top A-listers to now fleeing the country, it looks like she has a lot of secrets that are coming out. Now, it's crazy to think Ellen would be a person to hide big secrets that could potentially end her career.
She was toxic to be around. She wouldn't look at you in the eye. She was very dismissive.
Speaking about claims of a toxic work environment.
I mean, she hosted the Ellen DeGeneres show for 17 years, and everyone loved her energy and how she interacted with celebs. I mean, I even watched her show and can remember tuning in whenever my favorite celebrities were being interviewed. Pretty much, I think we've all seen at least one episode of her show, and she's maintained a pretty good image throughout those years. But I think we're all starting to learn things that look good on the outside isn't always the reality. The public is starting to see a dark side of Ellen that no one could have predicted. Okay, so Ellen has obviously fooled us all with the so-called nice girl image, but we're all starting to see maybe this persona was far from her true self. Maybe people are realizing through Ellen's old interviews that she's so out of touch with reality and really just disconnected from the real world. I know, shocker, a rich celebrity can't relate to the rest of us. She may have started as a relatable person, but with years of success, this has completely changed. In one instance, during the lockdown, Ellen made a really low remark. She said, "One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that this is like being in jail, is what it is."
One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, this is like being in jail, is what it is. It's mostly because I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days and everyone in here is gay.
Like, whoa there, crazy comment. First of all, Ellen, you live in a mansion. I don't think you can even come close to relating to anyone, but you're maybe elite friends. And number two, why are you bringing up jail? You can't make this up, guys. Some people just really lack common sense, and Ellen, you are just one of them. So obviously, since this dumb comment, people started hopping on the Ellen hate train. And this is where Ellen's downfall begins. Behind this love talk show was a cast full of underpaid employees and incidents that have been covered up. In July 2022, Ellen was exposed to a report published by BuzzFeed News. They uncovered the toxic truth behind her "Be Kind" slogan. Here we saw current and former employees of hers exposing behind the scenes. So, pretty much they exposed that Ellen is not the good person that she tries to have people think. One employee said all her charity acts are just to put on a show and that the workplace itself is toxic. So, Ellen's team was not treated right at all. You'd think a celebrity with so much money could at least follow certain standards, right? One employee came out saying that taking a sick leave could be enough reason for firing them. Like, what? Excuse me? Am I really hearing this right? You're telling me that you'd rather someone come in sick than take the day off? Insane. Another employee came out saying she quit because she experienced negative feelings from other workers due to the complexion of her skin. She told BuzzFeed, "Whenever I brought up the issue to my white male boss, he would bring up some random story about some random black friend that he had and how they managed to get over stuff. He would use his black friend as some way to say, 'I understand your struggle,' but it was all performative BS. Now that's just crazy. What kind of work environment was Ellen managing here? Another employee complained if she wants to have her own show and have her name on the show title, she needs to be more involved to see what's going on. I think the executive producers surround her and tell her things are going great, everybody's happy, and she just believes that. But it's her responsibility to go beyond that. And that's on period. She wasn't even providing the bare minimum to her employees. Like, how's that even possible, Ellen? Come on. Even outside her show, the behavior continues. One of Ellen's former bodyguards also had a very bad experience. He worked while she attended the 2014 Academy Awards ceremony and told Fox News about his experience that night. He said, "I see this person come across as being very enlightened and positive and awesome, and everybody loves her and is in awe, and that's really not the case when you meet her in person. I guess it's pretty safe to say that she's the last person you'd want to work for." Not only was Ellen a terrible employer, but she also treated her guests poorly too. There have been many times that guests have felt uncomfortable or disrespected by Ellen. In one case in 2008, Mariah Carey came on the show. Ellen really crossed the line here. So basically, Ellen made Mariah confirm her pregnancy rumors by offering her a glass of champagne.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe
At this time, Mariah didn't want to know. She didn't want anyone to know about this pregnancy. And later she wasn't even able to have that child. So you can imagine how uncomfortable she felt in the moment, and till this day. She said she really had a hard time grappling with the aftermath. Like, no kidding, what is wrong with you, Ellen? Why would you put her in that position? It's really messed up. In another interview with Dakota Johnson in 2019, she managed to make her uncomfortable too. Wow. Being friends with Bush at the time, Ellen may have forgotten about the fake, likable personality she wanted people to see. She confronted Dakota and asked her why she was invited to her 30th birthday.
You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
But Dakota was quick to put her in her place and said, actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. Ask everybody. Ask Jonathan, your producer.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
Yeah.
But I did invite you and you didn't come.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody. Ask Jonathan, your producer. Who said
Okay.
you were?
And then Ellen responded, why didn't I go? Oh yeah, I had that thing. And that thing was watching a Dallas Cowboy game next to Bush. Interesting friendship there you got, Ellen. Maybe you should chill with the jokes before you get yourself exposed. So we know she's a bad employee, a bad interviewer, and guess what? She's also a bad friend. Wow, didn't see that one coming. Over the years, Ellen has managed to lose many friends and cut ties. Maybe she didn't get the chance to really make all the cuts though. We know Ellen is friends with a lot of A-listers, but the comedian Kathy Griffin was not having it. During her Laugh Your Head Off world tour, she discussed how the two fought over their thoughts on Joan Rivers. And this argument left Kathy alone at one of the lowest times of her career. Basically, she isn't one to rely on. We've also seen Ellen be friends with other popular celebrities like Kris Jenner. She was even in one of the Kardashian episodes for dinner. We can only wonder if the two are still in touch and whether Kris has maintained the friendship despite all the negativity towards Ellen. Because let's be real, we all know Kris Jenner. She knows how to save face. She's not going to let Ellen bring down this whole empire she's built. But who's to say Kris isn't next up to be exposed? I guess only time will tell. Okay, so after all these secrets are coming out, guess what Ellen decided to do? Her and her wife Portia fled the country to live in the English countryside. So some people think she moved because of the recent election, but others aren't quite convinced. With all these secrets coming out and rumored accusations, we can't help but think maybe there's another reason why she left the country. Maybe it's possible that Ellen's going to get exposed for a lot more secrets, and I don't think she's ready to deal with the consequences. Like, think about it. She's going from living a lavish lifestyle with no worries at all to now getting exposed slowly through her interviews, treatment of employees, and maybe a lot more than we know. Because in the end, only Shirley knows what she's done wrong, so maybe she's preparing ahead. I mean, I don't know. So far, it's not looking too good for her, so I don't find it that crazy that maybe she's running away from her problems. She no longer has her TV series and is only facing criticism, so why would she stay behind? Might as well run away before you get caught, right? What do you guys think about this? Do you think Ellen's running away because she's scared? Do you think some crazy secrets are going to come out? I always say, time will only tell.